1, and go. All right, welcome back. Scarlet and Blue Show. Here we go.
Free, look out now. The sideline, forget about it. This baby's over.
Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
And most especially in 310 days in Ann Arbor, Michigan, on the football field.
Another block. One more. Touchdown. No flag.
Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins.
Here's the run again. Donovan Edwards. Whoa! Can they catch him? No! Donovan Edwards again. The dog.
Boom. All right. So we got stuff to talk about today, mainly Michigan. I know Garrison's not looking forward to this at all, so we'll power through together. All right, pal. But kick things off. You know where it starts. Stock to bar.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious vodka, smooth taste with a purpose. Go get yours at stockdabar.com. stockdabar.com. Delicious, delicious stuff. All right. Can I have the floor?
No, my brother. Go ahead.
So, excruciatingly frustrating game on Saturday. Garrison, we outgained them. Thought defense was solid, but the daggone quarterback position is outrageous. I've had time. I have notes. I had a list of things right following the game. I talked to Bob, my father. He leveled me out. You know Bob. He's an optimist.
He's such an optimist.
Such an optimist. So I have.
Needed that. You needed that, didn't you?
I did. He picked that. We're back. We'll be all right. We'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. Let me hear it.
So the first thing is just Sharon Moore and the coaching staff. Nothing wrong with the hire. We just won a national championship culture, continuity. Keep the first round draft picks, which we have potentially 4 of them on this team. Maybe 5. So you keep those guys where you know they were getting lured in from other schools. I think that stuff's all important. And if they would have started the season, let's say you win a close one to Fresno, lose to Texas, squeak away one against Arkansas like we did, and say you lose to USC, you lose to Minnesota, and you lose to Washington. It's about how you would lose those games. So if you would start the season off 2-3, but you get to week 6 and you're progressing and you're going in that direction, you're okay with that. But I don't see progression. And that's what's frustrating. Yeah. That's what I'm most surprised by. So if it's inconsistency with the offensive line, I know Miles Hinton's been down, but like the right tackle position. Sharon Moore's press conference today said Andrew Gentry played well. The center position, they're going back and forth on. All this stuff. You have wide receivers. When I haven't watched the tape to where you could just see just the receivers.
Yeah.
But Jack Tuttle had time. Multiple passing opportunities on Saturday. And he either took sacks or threw it away or scrambled. And that tells me that no one's open. So there's no progression. I mean, even the play calling, the creativity, I thought it was a better called game than what we've seen.
There's a lot of movement.
Yeah, and they worked to get Colston the ball. They got Samaj Morgan the ball. So they were doing things. And it was the turnovers. It was bad in this game, but it's just the lack of progress that's so frustrating.
Right.
So that's number 1. Quarterback position. I want to say this. Everyone was quick to ditch Davis Warren. And remember, I got made fun of because I said Davis Warren, yeah, he threw 3 picks, but went 11 for 14. He at least could throw the ball a little bit.
Real quick, and just a few weeks ago, I even said you guys might have got off of him, Davis Warren too fast. I got on your train. I got on that train also on your side on that. So yeah, you called that.
Yeah. All right. Look,
You
it's
called
not,
that.
it's not a good sign when you and I are aligned like this for my team.
No, but you called that out. You did say we got you guys might have gone off that too fast.
So we'll talk about what you do against Michigan State. We'll save that for the next episode. I do think that I could say enough, though, where you go with Jaden Davis. You wait next week, go the week after so you can get redshirted. And then if they make a bowl game, don't play the bowl game. Just keep your red shirt. I think it's that point now. We can talk about that more Saturday. But and then the kid – so then there's two things with that. One, I understand that his parents want him redshirted. You're a big boy. You make the call, son. You're 18. Two, what is it? And Yoder, what's his name? Yoder.
James Yoder.
James Yoder, thank you. He made the point, well, what if he's not that good? What if he's not ready? That's also concerning. Now, it's not concerning, but it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, then we got no hope at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
So then from here, so where do we go from here?
Did you see Sean's comments on Jaden Davis?
That he's progressing because I asked what he's done since he got here.
Yeah, so he was asked what he needs to do to be an option. Be an option. So continue to learn the system and learn the playbook. Continue to improve his strength and what's in his toolbox. Says he's done a good job and is making strides. It sounds like the kid isn't ready.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not. So to that, which I've said all along, I said this about Aiden Childs. Remember we talked about this. I don't know if we talked about this on it, but you and I have talked about it a lot. When I saw him slinging it against BC and throwing 3 picks, I said, if I'm a Michigan State fan, I love that. There's nothing to lose for him right now. He's not going anywhere. It's the first season. Go out and play ball. You throw it away. No one's expecting you to go to Boston College and win. And now we saw last week, what he can do. He looked awesome.
Against Iowa.
So
they
again,
just didn't put it in the end zone. They could have they could have blasted Iowa. They could have.
Yeah. I was watching Bama, Texas, and it was on Peacock, which drives me crazy because I got YouTube TV, so you can't just hop between the two without closing out apps. That's not a conversation, though.
Well, really?
But yeah,
I did.
You just switch apps from YouTube TV to...
No, I was on YouTube TV watching Michigan State and Iowa.
That's impossible. How are you? There's no way you were doing that.
Yep.
Was it on NBC? It might have been on NBC.
It was
Maybe
on NBC.
I thought it was just on Peacock. Okay.
It was on NBC.
I thought it was just on Peacock, so I just opened the app.
No,
Anyways,
I think that's this week.
No way this game's on Peacock. Guy, that sucks so much. All right. We'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aiden Childs, they let him sling it. Let Jaden Davis do that too. Hey, kid, nothing to lose. So from that though, where do we go from here? You brought up the point. I don't make assumptions about this because I just don't like to do that. The player sitting out.
You didn't want to hear it.
Well, I don't like to make assumptions because then people take that as, oh, the kid's quitting. And I don't think he's quitting, but people will say he's quitting. If I'm Will Johnson, I have a $10 million signing bonus laid out in front of me for a first-round draft pick. I won a national championship at my legacy school. I did everything. You owe the school nothing. So if he wants to sit out, you go sit out. Same with Mason Grant. Same with Kenneth Grant. And if I don't know if Josiah Stort's technically played himself to a first-round pick quite yet, but he's pretty darn close. And Colston Loveland.
But I thought your guys' culture was different. I thought you guys are built different. That's what we were told.
If this was a championship season, yeah. But they already did their jobs. They owe us
I'm just saying
nothing.
That's what I was told.
All your Buckeyes owe you guys something still.
What? No.
They haven't won you anything. They owe you something now.
And they will deliver. They will deliver. Please believe me, you.
We'll see. We got. So if I'll finish out my diatribe here.
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm itching.
So the other thing too is this: if this season, if we We go 6-6. We go 5-7. Daggone, we go 4-8, depending on how things go. That sucks, and we're not going to talk about those possibilities until we get there. If we get there, Lord willing, we don't get there.
No. I will be bringing that up in my diatribe, but go ahead.
I just think, I was going to go take the route of the future, but I'm not. No, I'm not going to do that. We got Michigan State this week. We outgained Illinois, just costly turnovers that put them in scoring position. They had the fake punt, which, by the way, that's part of the outcoaching problem that I'm having too. Is there's that's just outcoached. Like what they're lined up at the 40, I think it was. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't like they were pinned deep in their own end zone or they were in our territory. Like it was right where you would think about doing a fake punt, and we just weren't even prepared. Disgusting. So there's that. And then the last thing I'll say about that is Dave Portnoy tweeted to all Michigan fans. He said, "I got that." To that was oddly comforting. That made me feel good.
That's hilarious. All right.
So, you have thoughts? I'm sure you don't have any thoughts.
Couple things here, okay? Just want to.
Our lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
There were some things that I said that I believe, scenarios that I gave, that I laid out, that I believe that could happen this season, and that I was very confident in probably happening. Fast forward to week 1, the Fresno State game. And I came out of that game tripling down on what I said months in advance about this team, specifically about this offense. I told you months in advance that Khalil Mullings should be the RB1 for you guys. I was right. And by the way, you did say in that episode that I've been posting about, you said, and I'm going to go, I told you you're crazy thinking that Donovan should still be RB1. You said, no, I'm going to go down with it. And if not, so he said, you can clip this. Well, Bryce has been clipped. You said that. But
do you have the clip?
Oh, no. I'll post it tonight for you. I have it ready. I have it ready to go. Trust me on that, sir.
Do you have it now?
No.
That would have been much more meaningful.
It was on my phone. No, don't worry. We'll get it out there. I will get it out there. But I was right about that. Said your wide receivers were just not that. And it all leads to one thing, but we're gonna break this down like a fraction. And so I told you that. I said you guys they're small receivers. They're not all that like extremely talented, nor are they extremely like athletic freaks. Like maybe like Tyler Morse is really fast, but he's not like that. That's about it. And I said, I don't know what you guys are telling. Like I don't see what you guys see. We get to the season. You broke down a few episodes ago all those wide receiver stats comparing single receivers to your guys' whole room. We don't have to rehash that. We know what it is. Your offensive line, I told you that just because he's won 2 Joe Moore awards, and I brought up how last year's offensive line was not as good as the 2 previous. So even coming into this year, I wasn't sure that you guys would have one of the best offensive lines in the nation, the Big Ten, or even better than Ohio State's. I was correct on all 3 of those fronts. Quarterback.
Not one of the best offensive lines in the nation, the Big Ten or Ohio State. I mean, those are high bars, but all right, I'll give that.
But you guys are very confident, and the reason was, I said in the clip, the reason was I was told that Sharon Moore was because you have him. There's no way that your offensive line could play bad, and so I said, you know what, Ryan Day is a quarterback guru, and even he missed last year. He missed. That's what happened compared to what we are expected to see at Ohio State quarterback wise under Ryan Day's tutelage. That wasn't the expectation. And I said that could happen to Sharon Moore too, and it has happened. Like you said it was too early to say it in week 1. Well, now we're here in week 8. So I said all along that I asked you, do you believe that there's a chance that maybe Sharon Moore doesn't know who the quarterback is because maybe the quarterback room is just that bad? And you said no.
I wrote that take. Might have been wrong about that one.
And we are here today.
Well, season's not over.
Wait a
Season's
second.
not over.
Wait a second, Bryce. Wait a second, please. Just give me a second here, buddy. Just give me a second here. 1 second. Just give me a second here because I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand, brother. Just give me a second here.
Wait. Okay. All right.
Yes. Listen, I told you the gospel.
Well, I told you the word. I think we might get copyright.
I told you what was going to happen in the future. You didn't want to listen. Bro, listen. I was preaching to you and your Michigan fan base for months on end. Y'all didn't want to listen to the word. Y'all rejected it. Yeah, and now you see the truth, yeah. Brother. Now you see the light.
Is the season over?
I want my flowers. There's a few people that I want. No, it's not over.
Thank you.
Do you believe that you were? We don't have to get to next week. Do you think your team is going bowling this year?
Yes.
So essentially, you're telling me that this weekend, because it all rides on this weekend. It really does.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. Oh, we're going bowling.
How does it feel knowing that it's the Michigan State game of all games?
Yeah, we're not.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that soon.
We'll talk about that.
But no, listen, man. I
thought Bob's confident.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on Wednesday. We'll talk about that Wednesday. And I'll shoot him a text tomorrow evening and just ask him why. Okay. But no, I thought it was an embarrassing look.
Yep.
Jack Tuttle isn't the guy. He's worse than Davis Warren. At least Davis Warren was actually making some completions. Jack Tuttle was out there, dude. That one pick that got called back. Oh. But I couldn't believe when I saw it. And I said, dude, who's it? I couldn't see anyone on the TV screen. It felt like he just saw someone and threw it.
Yeah, that game should have been much worse at halftime.
Yeah,
we played better in the second half, but
because Illinois didn't play a great game. They only passed for 80 yards.
I thought our defense played well.
No, they did, but I thought there were some things Illinois could have done better and different. Of course, I think they could have dropped 40 on your head if they played their A game. And your defense did probably. I think your defense played its best game of the year, honestly.
Yeah, I thought defense played awesome. I mean,
they played their best game of the year.
Team. Remember, we said everyone's like, "Oh, this team they gave a 49 at Purdue," but we even said last week Purdue that game. It was up 24-0 at half. They brought in a new quarterback. Throw the tape away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we agree on that front. But it was another thing I was right about.
Season's not over. So
and I think in the first 2 weeks of the season, I said that 5-7 is a possibility for this team. You said there's no way.
You didn't say that.
Yeah,
you have to pull the clip up for that.
I'll pull it. I'll find the clip.
You have to find that.
I know for a fact I've said that.
When we were on with the big, we asked the ceiling and the floor, and I think you said
that was before the season. That was before the season.
Okay. This is what we're talking about.
I said after the first 2 weeks, I think I said on here or on Twitter, I said 5-7 is a possibility for this team. I said it some time ago. So I'll find the clip. I'll do some research and find the clip. But
the Sharon Moore press conference today, what'd you think about what he said about not announcing the starting quarterback?
You guys are cooked.
No, see, now to that you can't have it both ways because
no.
You gave him the business about announcing Sharon or Alex Orji.
Yes, wait. but we know every single one of your quarterbacks is trash. Like
Yeah,
I think that's why it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Right now, Michigan State has 3 guys that we have no idea. Like, no one knows who's going to start. Is it going to be Tuttle? Is it going to be Davis? Is it going to be Orji?
I think Michigan State's defense is really good. I think watching their game against Iowa was a precursor to you guys. I really do.
Yeah,
because I told you before. I think Iowa's better than you. I think Iowa has a better offense than you. So I mean,
tough that Cade couldn't get a win in East Lansing. That's tough, and that's 2 back-to-back games in that stupid stadium that he couldn't win in. All right,
they're about to come into your stadium at night.
Have you seen the line for that game?
Yeah, no. I would hammer Michigan. No, there's no way you guys should be the favorite. There's no way you guys should.
It's 5.5.
There's
5.5.
Can I ask you a question? Would you put money on you guys covering?
No. Bob would though. Bob was he said 24. Well, I guess that's not putting money on, but he said 24-20.
He thinks your offense can put 24 points in the Michigan State defense.
That's what he said. We'll talk more about that.
Has he watched? Wait. Has he watched them this year?
Michigan State, or both.
Has he seen Michigan State this year?
Oh yeah. He's like you're reading into the Iowa game too much. He's like they played well.
That's a better.
We'll see.
All right, big guy.
All right, we got 10 minutes here because I know you got to bounce. But
yeah.
Any Buckeye news? I got to include some Buckeye in the graphic here. So who do you want to talk about? Anything?
Actually, yeah, there's something I'll talk about. I'm very interested in seeing what Ohio State looks like this week. I think Nebraska is a good middle tier Big Ten team. I think they'll be
how
better.
About Indiana? Jeez.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm getting that. I know. Yeah, that's a for sure L for you guys. I know that much.
Season's not over.
I think that was the most impressive win in college football. That was
incredible.
I think it's I real quick. Let me finish this Ohio State thing.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what they look like because you have the Nebraska team coming off of getting their arse kicked. But I can't believe that Nebraska's going to play that bad against us. They're not going to play that bad. That's a well-coached team with talent. So, and I'll talk more about this on Wednesday.
Yep.
But I'm very interested about a couple positions and see how they specifically.
That game's 25.5. I think I must be getting old and losing my touch with gambling because these spreads are crazy to me.
I don't know.
USC's a 15-point. I guess. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. No, because I think there's only 2 things can happen in this. Ohio State can't. Well, I don't think they'll just comfortably win. I think they either struggle for a half or they completely blow the doors off of Nebraska.
Okay.
And I'll get to why either could happen, but that's all I gotta say. But on to Indiana. Oh my gosh. Like I watching that game for them. I think what's so impressive of it is that for them to replicate what they've been doing to everyone else. This is how I felt about when I was saying I don't care about what Ohio State's schedule looks like. Clearly, their schedule didn't matter for Indiana. It didn't matter. They did to Nebraska what they did to everybody else, but much worse.
Wow.
That was
a shocker in every form.
Because Nebraska's not a bad football team. It's not like they're not like chumps. So
they get hyped every year because they have a great fan base. The fan base deserves better. It's crazy. But also hard place to win.
They're on their path, though. I think they're on the path. I mean, Dillon is a true freshman.
Yeah.
And they have a huge NIL fund. They'll be okay. But yeah, Indiana, that's 11-1 is now in play.
I mean, is that game where's that game at?
It's in Columbus.
Oh, you lucky dogs.
Even if it Listen, man.
Listening.
When you pray about something and you get it, feels good, doesn't it? We go to Happy Valley at noon next week.
Oh, that got announced? Oh, that
Oh.
sucks.
Oh, this is the second time in a row now that we have a big game. Like both teams are really good, and it's in Happy Valley, and it's
Big
gonna
Noon
be
Kickoff
in
wanted
Big
it.
New. Just you know, it's a relief. I think we beat them no matter what. But my goodness, and for the last 2 seasons, if there's one game that JT gets up for,
that game.
it's for them. So
Was he a senior?
yeah, true senior. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. You want to talk about Texas too? Didn't you? Or did you not want to talk about that? I mean, I brought it up.
I'll say this about that game. I think that score is closer than what the scoreboard showed. I think I could be wrong here, but if I remember watching the game, 4 of Georgia's touchdown drives were within the 45 of Texas off the turnovers, and it went touchdown, field goal, touchdown, I believe. I think if Texas doesn't and listen, someone's got to take the ball away, so kudos for Georgia for doing it. But I think if the quarterbacks for Texas didn't play their worst game possible, that game was much closer than it looked. Because I think Georgia drove the field once for a touchdown. So yeah, I think those are 2 really good teams. But I mean, how good how good is that Alabama game win now? But my goodness, that's
yeah. Did you see Sam Webb's rant today?
Dude, I listened to it live. I was listening to it work, and I was just doing what I was doing, and then I paused. And I was like, wait. Sam has a little bass in his voice right now. I'm like, bro, what's that? Then I heard him say shit. Then I heard him say shit, and I went,
yeah. What was he talking about?
People just calling out like what he says and the things that like he reports on. And you know what? Even though would you call me a hater of him? I don't hate Sam.
Yeah.
I don't hate. I have said on this show that I do have respect for him. I will say this. The guy does his job very, very well. So and the thing is that they don't get to see the practices. So everything he reports, he's got to be told from somebody. And you had to have some good inside sources to be around for this long and do what he does. It had to be this well connected with the program. You know what I'm saying?
I think he's got great connections, like you said, within the program. And I think if you want to go to him on all things players, updates, and I think schematically, I think he does know the game pretty well too. I think if you go to things outside of that, like recruiting, I think recruiting nowadays, intel on that, it's hard. It's a hard game to be in with these kids and these top level recruits.
That's what he does. And that's what he does.
And that's hard.
It's tough. I will give him that.
If I want to know about, like, if he's going to share about injuries for the guys on the team now, like, I'm going to trust him on that because I think he does know. Or if he wants to talk about dynamics within the locker room, I bet you he does know. Mm-hmm. It's the other things that he gets quoted on and called out on that then he gets burned on.
No, but it was because some Michigan fan was, I think, in Goboski. I think it was. But
okay.
Yeah.
So funny. All right. Just tell the boys what's up. Have fun.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about this game. I really can't.
I can't wait.
And GVSU Fair State this week. So.
Yes, make sure that's on the list. We'll talk about that too.
Okay. All right. See you, bud.
Go Blue.
OH.